Okay, great. Um, yeah. So over the past, I think 9 weeks, we tried to navigate different specific skills that will like make you become a better owner of your work, a better performer for your work. So as we are coming to the end of this week, to the end of the whole training, this week we want to focus on bringing everything together. Before I get into this week's challenge, let's just, if any of you can unmute and give me one or two comments on how it was working on the last week's, I think it was a double week, so 2 weeks worth of challenge, and also it was a lot of recording for you. How was it? So this recording, this submission actually is going to be graded manually. So I'll have to view your videos for each of your submissions. So it's gonna be interesting. So how was it for you guys? If anyone can unmute and say something. Yes,
Okay, thank you, Bezoit, and good afternoon, everyone. So for the last week project, like we are actually working on this AI sourcing platform, and it was pretty interesting one. So that we really try to simulate the real world work by doing like actual updates of what we have done, what kind of issues were arising, and also we were trying to like have the discussions on the technicals, and like finally we do a presentation. But for me, like it was interesting. Somewhere it was a bit challenging because of there was an overlap with our ongoing final project, but we were actually able to manage it. So that's it from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, Stefanos. Anyone else? Yes, thank you.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so last week's challenge, especially the delivery challenge, it was interesting because we had to record stand-ups for different scenarios. And all of them are very common situations where we have to do a normal progress update, one where we have to escalate an issue or explain an issue, and also under pressure, what type of decision that you made and why you made it. We also got to explain the trade-offs of a technical decision and why we chose it, what would be the actual trade-off, and so on. So we also got to express what we did. It was a simulation scenario in my case, but it could have been also a real situation. So it was a very interesting stand-up format, and also a delivery challenge that we had to do. So I really enjoyed it.
Great. Thank you, Nadia. Yeah, that's all we want out of this like challenge, especially for the delivery ones, that you'll be able to exercise this core skills that you'll be using when you go into the real working environment. Yep, so as I've mentioned, the background of this week's delivery challenge, it's about combining everything together. So over the past weeks, we've tried to work on communication, how to ask the right questions, how to be an owner of your work, and then how would you execute that work. And lastly, the last week's challenge was about professional presence, but we also discussed about decision making. So when you put all of this together is how you're going to be the best version of yourself. So this is the background of this week's challenge. Yep. What changed this week? Before I was working to make sure that you guys are working on structured tasks. I was focusing on specific skills that mentioned here. So now my expectation is going to be for you to own a problem end to end. So I would include all of these factors for you to develop what's needed and to have an actual finished work. Okay, so yeah, and in real work, real projects, as I've been mentioning over the past few weeks, they don't have clean data or clear instructions or defined problems. So instead, you're supposed to figure out what matters, design the systems, generate insights from whatever you're given, and then communicate all of this properly. So, yep, what are we trying to measure this week? So the core competencies are So the core competencies are system thinking, problem ownership, execution, communication, and then AI literacy. So when you combine all of this, you have the end product of you owning a project properly. So we can see the signals of this from the way you clarity of thinking, your structured workflow, and then are you generating meaningful insights when you're in a place where you're provided ambiguity? How are you handling it? So it's pretty straightforward. As you can see, it's just combining what we learned over the past few weeks together and making sure we can execute everything at once. So before I jump into this week's project scenario, is the core concept clear, or do you guys have any questions? Okay. Okay, great. Then we can jump into this week's project scenario. So this week, you're going to be building an AI-powered operational intelligence assistant. So this assistant that you're going to aim to build should analyze like the messy operational data the company has, and then inconsistencies in those data. And then after organizing the data, you will need to generate insights and support decisions based on the insights you generated. So the system should be able to have all these core factors as its feature. So how do you get there from little information that you're going to be provided, or just the overall company chaos? So the challenge here is the client just says something is wrong in our operations, and we don't know that. So what will you be given? You're going to be given messy, inconsistent data. So I have created a data sheet for this week, and it's already in the folder. So you'll have that data. You'll have multiple sources in the data, and then you don't have a clear question. Just the client just told you that there's something wrong in their operations, and they don't know what that is. So your job is going to be creating clarity in trying to fix that problem, and identifying where the problem actually is, and then also structuring how you're going to navigate and fix the problem for them. And then those insights can help the company and you to make decisions. So it will have the exercise will have 4 parts. The first one is going to be system design. So this is clear, as I've mentioned. The problem is not defined clearly. So you're going to define your problem. What problem are you solving, and how the AI system should work when trying when you design the system, and then how the data flows through it. So having a clear structure of how the overall assistance that you're going to build would look like. So here you should think like a system designer. This is part 1 of the exercise, and then part 2 of the exercise is going to be data and pipeline. So as I've mentioned, there's a data set in the folder that was shared with you guys earlier. So you'll analyze the data sets provided, and then you'll identify where the issues occur. So in this process, you're obviously going to be using AI to process it, because that's what we've been trying to teach you over the past 3 weeks, to use AI to make your work easier for you. And then once you have a clear picture of your data, you're going to generate insights. So the focus for this part of the exercise is going to be connecting data and then AI. After that, you're going to have outputs. Part 2 of the exercise is going to be this. And then part 3 is just going to be prompt design. So here we want to see how well you communicate with the AI you use. So you'll design 3 prompts. The first one is a summarization prompt. So how do you write a prompt to summarize what you have written down? So there's clear instructions on the challenge document. So don't be like startled here. And then the second one is anomaly detection prompt. How do you use AI and with a data set to detect the problems that might have happened in the data? And then after you've detected the problem, how do you use AI to generate insights? So we will need to have the prompt for all of these points. So here you're going to be focusing on using AI as an engineering tool over all the parts, but here we want to see how well you communicate with the AI. And then part 4, as usual, is a reflection of how it was for you. How did you use AI? What worked? What didn't? And how did you verify your results? So it's going to be 4 parts. You're going to compile all of this in one document and submit it as usual. Sorry. Yep. So before I jump into what good looks like, is it clear? Or is there any questions? Thank you, guys. So, yep, strong submissions is very straightforward. If you have a clear system data and then your data follows a logical step, and then because of the structured data, you're able to generate insights. And then while you're working on all of this, your prompt is very practical, and your awareness of the uncertainty in doing all of this work. And then finally, all of this is combined and written down in a professional way. So strong submissions are like this, and then weak submissions are just you're just jumping to conclusion without going through the data you have. You don't have a clear structure in how you navigate your work. The insights you generate are just generic and like not based on the real data that was provided, and you're using AI blindly, which is to say like your prompts are not precise, and after all, you're not communicating your work, and you're just poorly structuring your output. This is, I think, very straightforward. Yep, some of the common mistakes to avoid trying to find the correct answer. So like, don't feel like there's one answer that's like correct for everyone. It's just this is an exercise to see how you go about navigating a problem. So we're trying to see your thinking process and how you like navigate a problem. So like different people can go into the problem and have different solutions. We just want to see like the way you think and the way you go through about facing the problem. So don't feel like there's like one correct answer everybody should arrive onto. And then also, please don't ignore like messy data signals. So when you go through the data sets that was provided, you're going to find some messy data. So don't ignore that, and don't ignore that to finally design the system and better the operations of the company. Because the final goal of, as like I mentioned earlier, the client asks that they know there's something wrong with their operations, they just don't know what. So you have to figure out what that problem is. So the data points that are available are going to be very important for you to make insights and to decide on what's going on. As always, don't overly rely on AI outputs. Also, don't skip system design. This is to say, like, if you go into what is it, like if you go into fixing a problem without actually like first sitting down and designing a system, which is like why system design is the first part of the exercise, is because like whenever you're navigating any problem, this actually like applies to even to our lives. Whenever like we are faced with a problem, the first thing should be navigating how we should go about it, having like a clear plan, a clear outline of how we should go about it. So this definitely applies to designing a system. And whenever like you're also suggesting something, you need to be explaining your reasoning on why you suggested that method or why you went through with that. So clearly explain your reasoning on why you said this is the better way or why you said this is the problem. So yeah, this is about thinking. It's not about guessing. So think about it. Think about how you should go about it. Verify your results. Have data to back up you. Present it in a way that's like understandable to everyone, especially to the client that feels like there's a major problem in their operations. Yep. So submission. So there's 4 parts to the exercise. You're going to compile them in one document and submit it on 10x, as we did before the last week's submission. So it's going to be graded across various factors: system design, and then data and AI integration, prompt quality, output quality, and then the reasoning, and finally AI usage. So this is very straightforward. Yep. So real world relevance. So this is exactly actually what AI engineers that work with us do. They work with messy data. They design systems for clients that are not able to define their problem properly. They generate insights from whatever data or information they have. They structure it well. And then through all of this, they support the company's overall decision. So take this as a real project work and as a real situation that you might be faced whenever you're hired and go into the real world. So yep, lastly, my last words will be this week it's about combining all of the things we learned over the past 9 weeks and putting this together. It's about ownership, it's about clarity, thinking. And as I've mentioned, there's no perfect answer. It's about how you turn ambiguity into structure. It's about how you think, because in real work, strong engineers don't wait for clarity, they create it. Yeah. This is all I have. I'm open to questions now. Any questions? Okay, if you guys don't have any questions, as always, I'm on Slack. You can DM me, you can go through the challenge document, the data set, and write to me. If not, hope you guys have a good rest of your day and hope be good working on this challenge. Thank you guys.